What's up, everybody? What's up? Welcome back to On the Warpath. If you're new, make sure you click that subscribe button, hit the bell so you get notifications anytime there's new content posted. And as always, like, comment, share this video out because you know what we do here, boys and girls. We talk Washington Commanders all the time. We take command. We HTTC it all. And today we bring on a good friend of the channel. You may have saw me on his channel last week as we bring in the best play-by-play analyst in the Washington YouTube community. That's right, boys. You know him. You love him. Big Tim! I see ya! What's up, Tim?
What's up, guys? Welcome to On the Warpath. We're here with Sanchez 405. Thank you so much for having me on there, Corey.
Hey, I appreciate you, brother, for doing this. It's my pleasure. It's always good to have you on here. Good banter and all that good stuff. And, man, you're pulling double duty today. You actually did your podcast. You did Skins in the Game with your pops earlier. I know y'all were doing your mock drafts and everything. I kind of was drifting in and out because I was getting ready for today. But I did vote for Troy Anderson to get taken with that second pick. So
there you go. You were part of the winning group. They took
yes. So I did do that. But you know, it's kind of interesting. We're getting so close to next Thursday in the draft, and everybody's hyped. These top 30 visits are going on. Ron Rivera is doing interviews. He's talking about there's no particular science to what is going on in the draft room. You know, you're not trying to lead people astray, which I think that's bull crap, because if you want something, you're always going to hustle. It's like buying a car, right? You're always going to act like you don't have as much money as you actually do because you want to get a car at a good deal. So I'll ask you this just to start on this. As far as the science goes and everything, what is the most what's the most interesting time about this year? What just like really sets you off when it comes to draft season?
Sets me off when it comes to draft season. That's an interesting. There's so many things to the draft process in school, because you have the late round picks that are who's going to be the Cameron Curl of our draft, that seventh round exciting player, or I gotta say it's the first round pick. You get so excited of who is that guy going to be for your team, of who's going to be the face of the franchise potentially for the next 5 to 10 years. We're not too good at that, but still, who is going to be that? And there's, especially this year in particular, there's so many different directions this thing could go. There's like 6-7 guys that we could potentially take here at pick 11, which is pretty insane. So there's definitely a lot to draft season, and it's almost like the season doesn't actually end until the draft, right? You start in August, and it's like, oh, football's over in February, but not really, because you immediately go into the Senior Bowl, the Combine, then everybody's talking about who you're going to take. So this is really the climax of the year, because then you get into the summer months where nobody really cares about football for a little while. And so, yeah, this is pretty much the climax of the football year, even though it's technically in the beginning of the year.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And you know, I kind of look at it from this standpoint too, is that, you know, it seems like everybody gets involved. It's almost like the NCAA tournament, but for football. Everybody gets involved with their mock draft and all that good stuff. And, you know,
everyone's an expert in April.
Yes, everybody is an expert. And dear Lord, if you share a mock draft, it will get torn to shreds. But the best part about it is they're always wrong. There's no perfect mock draft when you're talking about this, because sometimes 9 times out of 10, like you look at last year, right? Everybody that Washington drafted was a who, pretty much. It's like who? Like you got Benjamin St. Juste, like who? John Bates, who? You know, and Cameron Cheeseman, elite. Who? You know, so he was so
traded up for him.
Yeah, exactly. I just hope he's lactose free in that situation. But I like this time of year. I hate the evaluation, I guess the shade that's thrown through in this time, but that's how this is how teams are built. You look at the Los Angeles Rams. They may not have a lot of first round picks, but their day 4 picks hit, and that's what they built a Super Bowl champion with.
Absolutely.
So we'll dive in here. My first question to you is, we're going to talk about Washington draft superlative. No, we'll talk about that in a little bit here.
Oh, okay.
But I'm going to get your thoughts here. Debo Samuel, he said he's not going he wants to be traded from San Francisco. Now, a lot of people have kind of diverted this to focusing on Terry McLaurin as well and his contract. So my quick question to you is, will a deal get done for Terry McLaurin? How are you feeling on that?
I'm feeling really good right now because he's trying to force our hand, but he's doing it in a quote-unquote classy way. He's not taking to Twitter demanding a trade. He's not going off and not showing up for different voluntary workouts. We had a perfect attendance during voluntary workouts, including Terry. Now, but yet he is putting pressure here. He's saying, I'm going to be there, but I'm not going to participate in any on-the-field workouts throughout. I'm not going to hurt myself. I'll work out because I'm going to work out whether I'm here or not. But I'm not going onto the field and getting accidentally tackled or accidentally rolled up on or something crazy like that. He's trying to force the issue, but he's doing it in a way that's saying, I want to be here.
Right.
Like, I want to sign here. And it's almost like, all right, Washington, are you even sending an offer yet? Did you send a deal on the table for Terry to sign, or is he just waiting in limbo, right? And I don't know. I know the idea of the whoever blinks first loses, so I don't know if we're trying to take that tact here, but I think that's stupid. Terry's a guy that you overpay for. He's an awesome character, high character dude, great player on the field, homegrown. We drafted him. Pay the man, and I do think it's going to get done because we want him, and it seems like Terry wants to be here.
Yeah, and I've talked to a couple of people who have alluded to the fact that why would you put him in the promo materials as one of your top guys when you did the name change? He's in the home uniform. I am of the mindset I want Terry here, but I won't be handcuffed to Terry. If Terry does not want to be here, I am all about dealing and getting what you can out of him. You can flip him. He was a 3rd round pick. So maybe you should be able to get at least a 1 out of him. But I hope it doesn't get to that. Don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, we got to learn that sometimes we can't be handcuffed to players in the grand scheme of things. But
that's a great point, because there is a cap on what I would pay him. I'm not paying him $30 million. I love Terry, but he's not getting $30 million like Tyreek Hill got, or he didn't really get
26 is probably his range. I would think.
At the cap. Yeah, exactly. There is a number that you eventually have to draw the line. I say, like, oh, you definitely overpay this guy, but I 100% agree with that. There's got to be a line you draw at some point, and I don't think Terry's going to push that too much, because Terry does want a deal done. He's made like $7 million so far, which is insane to think about throughout his career, because he was a 3rd round pick. It's not a super high contract. I think he does want to get paid, and he's going to sign a reasonably average deal for a top tier receiver in this league.
Yeah, I think he's. Yeah, in Washington, we always find, I feel like we always overvalue our talent. We see it sometimes where, our boy Roger, he talks about trading Deron Payne for these high value picks. I'm like, but does the rest of the NFL see Deron Payne the way you see Deron Payne? That's the question. Yeah. Or do they know they're going to wait it out? Because we didn't see this with Kirk Cousins. We didn't see that with Brandon Sheriff this time around. 2 franchise guys. That's where you can't play around it, is with that franchise tag. I think you got to get Terry done. Let him know he's value. Let him know he's worth it, and just be done with it and on to the next thing. And then I think it all depends. The next big deal is going to depend on how Carson Wentz plays. And, I think they could get something done in the middle of the season. but I will allude this: patience. John Allen didn't get his contract finished until I think the day before. In Richmond, it was the day before they reported to Richmond, so they can get him and Logan Thomas. So there is that. If they value, he's a blue collar cat. I think they get it done. What's up, Amir? How you doing, brother? Terry's deal will not get will get done, but closer to camp. I hope so. Smash the like button. That's right, Anna. And his thoughts for Terry deal: 4 years, $88 million. And we'll see there.
Fully guaranteed.
And his 8, yeah. Oh, yeah. Fully guaranteed. I thought I said field goal for real. Oh, God.
It's good. He's saying it's good.
It's good. It's up and good. But that's another thing about Terry as well, too, now. He's older. Getting ready to get his second contract. He's going to be 27. So that also plays into this. And I don't think a lot of people are like kind of keying on this because he's not getting paid like he's 24, 23. He's going to get paid like he's an older guy, older veteran who may be on his second contract or maybe on his third contract as a wide receiver. So that's a couple of key things. And I think that's where maybe it may be a little bit more messier, but we'll see.
Yeah, because that actually might go the wrong way. Some people might think, oh, you're older and you don't get as much. He's experienced. He's probably going to get paid a little bit more than a guy that's 24 years old in a potential because he has the experience and he has the maturity. And you look at DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins is on the downward spiral, but he's still getting paid one of the highest in the league. Like he's making more money now than he did at 25, right? So it might not work in our favor in that sense.
Yeah. Fight for Old DC says sign Terry to a 6-year, $168 million deal. Whew.
I got to do math in my head. What is that?
How much?
26, 27 million, maybe even 28 million.
That might be it. Then is that it? Yeah. Let's do some math.
27.4 million. I'm guessing.
That's fair. If that, I think that's fair.
I was waiting for you to do the math. I'm
guessing. 28.
Oh, it's 28 even. Okay.
Yeah, it's 28 even. So I mean, that's. I still think that's kind of high. Just where Devontae Adams landed at, and where old Cheetah landed at as well. So
Hill,
yeah. I think that's a little high, but we'll see.
Our chat's high and low here. 88's too low, 168's too high. I'm thinking 4 years, 96. Maybe 100.
That might be that may be right around there. But hopefully Terry comes back here. Chase Young back on the sled. Look, he's ready to go. He had his little sports bra monitor on him to get the analytics data poured on.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, that's what that is.
I was like, what in the world? Is it posture?
No.
What in the world? I didn't look weighted, so I'm like, it's not weight. Okay, so it's basically a vital check.
Yeah, pretty much like it's tracking all his what he's doing and everything out there, so and they can look at it. Yeah, they wore him last year, and I think a couple of those dudes wore them, and they had no shirt on, so it looked like a sports bra. So, but to each his own. What's going to be a successful year for Chase to bounce back here in 2022?
A successful year has got to be, in my opinion, double digit. It could be 10. It doesn't need to be 15, 16, 17. But you're the number 2 overall pick. Expectations can't be tempered, in my opinion. It's kind of and honestly, 10 sacks is a little bit tempering, if we're being honest, in this day and age. Going into your third season, you should be able to absolutely crush it. What is it? Bosa was in his third season last year, right, and had 18 sacks or 17 sacks or something crazy like that. So tempering expectations already is 10, but I'd say a solid year for him is 10, and if he can get closer to the 14, 15 range, that's a really great year, and I would love that for him. But double digits has got to be pretty much the minimum. If you're not there, then it's almost like, dang it, I wish we didn't draft you at number 2, and I hate to say that. Let
me ask you this. Is it time to put to rest the generational talent conversation?
It's definitely interesting because Louis T was talking about that, where he's actually not really that generational.
No.
Like as far as speed and different things like that. And I thought it was interesting too when they said he was coming out that he's better than the Bosa brothers, like that he's more polished. I was like, the Bosa brothers are literally known for technique. Like that's why they're so great. And on top of that, they're also physical freaks. So their get off is nuts. And of course, like the TJ or the Watt brothers in general, right? But they compared them to the Bosas because of the Ohio State deal. But
what's up, Dom?
It's an interesting question. Do we put?
Yeah.
I'll give him one more year to show me. I'm not going to put it to rest yet. I'm going to give him one more year. Does he show up and give me 15 plus sacks and shuts everybody up? Fine, but if I get only 10 then or 12 or something like that, then yeah, generational talent. I would put that to bed. I'll give it one more season. I'll be kind.
I will say that I think it's time to put it to rest.
Okay.
But it's okay. It's not a doer or to call him a bust or anything like that. Like we saw in his first season, they were double teaming him, triple teaming, and he has a limited set of moves. He only has one move, right? For the most part. And I think you can accredit it to a couple of things. You can accredit it to coaching. You can credit it to the responding of the coaching. We know that Matt Ioannidis allegedly had some issues with the defensive line coach and Sam Mills III. And I don't know if that's not getting across to Chase. And maybe in Montez, we saw the one person that has benefited from Chase Young is Montez Sweat, because his numbers have taken an uptick over the last couple of years when he's out there. So last year it kind of they sputtered at times, and that could be they were drinking that Kool-Aid. Chase was out there, he's making money, baby, as he always says. But I don't know, but at the end of the day, I think we can rest the generational talent thing. He's not LT. He's not going to be any of these guys, but it's all right. It's not a big deal. And I think he can be an effective franchise player for you.
It's a fair argument. It's a very fair argument. And I was kind of alluding to that. But I want to give him one more season because I think there's still potential of absolute freak in him. But you're right. He needs to learn more than one move. Really, he has two moves. I'll give him two. He has a bull rush and he has a bend around the pocket. That's pretty much what he has. Inside move is almost non-existent, which is sad to see. But Sam Mills, come on, man. You have so much talent, and you're not getting the production, which is just so sad to see. But to be fair, the secondary was Swiss cheese. It was really bad, especially the beginning of last year when we played all those great quarterbacks, like Justin Herbert, Pat Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, the list, Tom Brady, even though he didn't play that great. But they were slicing and dicing us within 2.5 seconds. And you just don't have time. Because I think at one point, week 4 or 5, we were in the top 5 conversation of most pressures on the quarterback, but it wasn't turning into sacks because you have Kendall Fuller in the slot watching the receiver run by him like this, and then, oh, shoot, I got to run.
Right.
And it's like, oh, okay, deep shot down the slot, and it's like, dude, run. Like, move your feet. And it's sad because I think Daron Payne on that particular play was like diving at Herbert, and it's so close, and then instead it's like a huge play down the field because Kendall Fuller forgot how to play defense. But yeah, we saw that a lot, and
I think he's still going through the adoption process of becoming Mike Evans' child. So we'll see that. Yeah. I'm just saying, I love Mike Evans. Mike Evans is my favorite wide receiver in the NFL. So, it kind of hurt me seeing that. I've always been a Mike Evans fan.
Okay. Yeah. I do like Mike Evans. I wouldn't say he's my favorite, but I do like him. But anyway.
Consistent. He is consistent. Yeah, that's why I love year? Exactly. And that's why he's my favorite. He doesn't have to be sexy. He just gets the job done. Exactly. Yeah. Let's see here. So it looks like Breaking Bad, the Washington edition, is coming to an end here unceremoniously, as they have now have a new head athletic trainer, Al Bellamy, who is Former Washington. He was with the Redskins back in the 80s through 2001. So he was there for Super Bowl. And then he was in Detroit before they went 0-16. But he lived through Matt Millen and company for a little bit from 01 to 13. And then he was at Temple the last 9 years. And he was also part of the 87 National Championship Miami Hurricanes. So good move there. But one less distraction, Tim, we think.
Yeah. Hopefully he could get us right, because we've definitely had the injury bug for a while, and it seems like it's this crappy injuries too that trainers have. Like, trainers can only do so much for a torn ACL, right? Like that's a fluke incident. It sucks, but like Curtis Samuel and the pulled groin, right? And you just can't get him right the entire length of the season. Paul Richardson is another great example.
Oh no, Curtis Samuel is Paul Richardson.
Even then, back then, Paul Richardson was another problem, right? And we've seemed to have those like hammies or groins or calf or whatever of problems where, all right, this is where your trainer comes into play of getting your body ready for the 17-game season. Or Deshaun Jackson pulled his hammy early in one season or something like that. And it's like, it seems like they can't get it. Once they get hurt, it's like they can't get it together here. So I'm hoping that this guy can bring some actual training prospects here and get people right so that they can play a full 17-game season now.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting. When people mention that about the injuries, and it just seems like these are those conditioning injuries that you might have there. I think back to what DJ Swearinger said, and he said it when he was in Washington. Guys don't take care of themselves. They don't know how to take care of themselves. So for that situation, or they don't take rehab seriously. I mean, and that can lead to a lot of problems. This is why you see down the stretch that you lose your guys, like you kind of mentioned, and then like our boy Dump Truck John just said here, a bunch of soft tissue injuries.
Yep.
So I mean, that comes with going through the program, following your regimen, and getting good advice. But like I always say this too, you can't do good if you don't know good.
Yeah.
And I have said this multiple times. And this is a good transition, too, as we kind of move on. Also, before we move on there, Al Bellamy worked with 21 Hall of Famers throughout his career. Laundry list, some of them including Morton Anderson, Champ Bailey, Fred Dean, Eddie DeBarlo, Joe Gibbs, of course, Darrell Green, Russ Grimm, Charles Haley, cocaine aficionado Michael Irvin, Ronnie Lott, Bobby Mitchell, Art Monk, Joe Montana, Jerry Rice and company.
So he's got experience.
Yes. Deion Sanders. Maybe he's the reason why Deion Sanders lost his two toes there. And Bruce Smith and Bill Walsh also in that group as well.
That's a great list.
Yeah, and this goes back to Jay Gruden's staff. This goes back to even Joe Gibbs' staff too, because we had those injuries. It goes back to Shanahan as well. Like they never took that stuff seriously. So I don't know, Don, but it goes back a long way.
Well, Joe Gibbs could not continue to just run everybody into the dirt back in the 80s like he used to, right?
All full pad, yeah, all full pads,
full pads.
Right? Yeah, I never forget like when he came back in the preseason and everybody was still in pads and they had been out of the game the whole time. I remember his first year preseason. I think then they laxed a little bit of that up though. Yeah. But like I said, you don't. If you're not taught good, you won't know good. And we talk about no good allegedly and all the good things. Dan Snyder and all his alleged malfeasances. Do you think that the hammer will finally drop on this man who has pretty much been? They call him Teflon Dan. I call him Kevlar Dan because it just seems like he's one of them old Motorola phones that just won't break.
My friend had one of those. He would try. He wanted to break it for a new phone. He would like throw it 50 feet in the air and land on concrete, and that thing would be fine. But no, it's My prediction would be no, and I want to say no too because the league likes to prove me wrong consistently. So I'm hoping maybe a little reverse psychology here, but no, they're denying everything. So of course they didn't do it.
Right.
That's obvious. Nobody would lie in this situation. But
R. Kelly didn't lie, so why not Dan Snyder?
Yeah. It's weird too because like this shouldn't be hard to figure out.
Right.
This latest one, there should be a record of how much money was made, and then how much money was paid out. Right? Like it might be some logistics of finding all the correct paperwork, but this one has a paper trail, right? Where the women or other stuff off the field may not have that paper trail that could be directly tied back to Dan. This will have that paper trail. So it will get resolved one way or the other. Now it's a matter of which way will it fall. I will say this. If true, he's out.
Yeah. No doubt.
If not true, in this particular case, then that might be really, really bad because he may never get out at that point.
I don't think he is going to get it. I'm hopeful, but I expect nothing at the same time because if you look at it with Dan Snyder and they have tried to pin everything to it. My biggest fear with this whole situation, and I've seen it on social media, they will turn that man into a hero. And I hate to say it. They will turn him into some tragic hero. It always happens because you know how when we were raised in school, right? If somebody bullies the kid for being different or weird or something, or he's not a bad guy, he's just different, he's just weird, he's just awkward, right? No, the guy's really a jackass. But I have a fear with society that some faction of the fan base will make him some sympathetic hero. I've seen interviews.
Hero might be too strong, but I get a sympathetic character.
Sympathetic character. Hero hero's a strong word, but I think I see
what you're saying. Yeah,
that is my biggest fear. It's irrational, but it is my biggest fear, honestly, that he could be turned into this character that will be kind of put on a pedestal or a mini pedestal. God knows he can't stand up too tall. I always have to tell him to stand up when he's talking to me, and I'm sitting in the chair. So, but anywho, I don't know how much his involvement is day to day with the team. I think he has more involvement than they like to allude, and Roger Goodell has covered his tracks. I don't know what this guy has on them, but maybe it would be a moratorium on all these league owners and some of the stuff, because we saw the stuff about Jerry Jones, but that somehow continuously gets swept under the rug. They mention it one day, it's out of the news.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they were talking about him having allegedly, you got to always use a parenthesis here, allegedly having a child and a child out there somewhere. It's like 25 now. So, like,
I didn't even hear about that. That's how quickly they hit it.
Yes, they quickly. I mean, oh my gosh, it's like prom night. It's just like boom, boom, and you're out. Yeah. So I don't know. And then, you look at some investigation with Stephen Ross, right? Allegedly maybe paying Brian Flores to lose games. You've got Robert Kraft out there getting massages and, special treatments and special ointments in his special places, but it is what it is. But yeah, I just feel like, I don't know if they feel like the whole bottom will fall out of the league when this happens. I don't know, man. What do you think?
I hear what you're saying as far as, if he goes, now where are we drawing the line? Because there's obviously other people that definitely have problems in their past.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What's crazy to think about is that probably the Miami one is the worst in the league, to the league, I should say.
I think so, yeah.
Where they would be the most mad about that. than the other things going on. I don't know, man. I just don't know. I hope he's gone. But
I do too.
it's most likely not going to happen. It might be a pipe dream, and we'll just have to wait it out until he passes. Which, gosh darn it, he's one of the younger league owners, is he not? What is he? 60,
Yeah, he's
60,
57, so
not
he's
even 60.
Yeah, he's not even 60. That's the thing. Let me ask you this. I know my reason for it,
Okay.
but what makes you hang on as a fan?
I'm a battered woman. Okay, I can't leave. It's
Oh God!
yeah. They beat me to heck every chance they can,
Mhm.
and it's I just won't leave. I'm a loyal fan, I guess. That I want to define diehard, I guess, is what it really comes down to. Is you'll have to kill me in a sense, but it sucks because there's a lot that I would like to change about this organization, but I can't. But it's funny. What's the somebody said on one of the social medias of a guy chooses their team at 7 years old and lets it ruin their life the rest of their life or whatever,
Oh,
or
yes.
control it, and that I'm the poster child for that one. And my dad got me to be a fan at a very young age, and I've just when I was a kid, whenever I got a chance to go a game, I would not leave my seat until the clock hit zeros. Yeah, I wouldn't. Like, I was there at the Monday Night Massacre, and my dad's like, "Do you want to go?" And I'm like, "I don't know when I'm coming to a game next. Absolutely not." And it's raining. We're down 59 to forever, and it's like, "You sure, Tim?" "Nope, I'm not leaving my seat." And I'm just that kind of a fan, I guess. But it's really just loyalty. I guess I chose it, and I'm not going.
Yeah. I think you and I are cut from the same cloth.
Mm-hmm.
I was at the game, and it was cold that day too. Not really. It was in December. It's when Jeff Fisher sent out all the draft picks from the RG3 trade,
Yeah.
and they proceeded to defeat us 24-0
Yeah.
in December. So I've been there, and
We can go down that list,
yeah.
can we not? The
Oh,
Eagles
my
game,
God.
I was at that one where
Oh,
it was an
God.
Eagles home game, the end of the year, 24-0.
Oof.
I've been to some brutal ones where it's
Mm.
like, oh, it sucks. But
Up
yeah.
until last year, I think I went to 6 consecutive losses. My first game was Steve Spurrier's first game. They beat the Cardinals
Yeah.
31-23,
There you
and
go.
then from there, 03, they got beat by the Saints. I remember that because they wore the throwbacks that year.
Uh-huh.
04, I sat with my family on Sunday Night Football. I was sick the rest of the week.
Uh-huh.
They played Baltimore, and Washington had a lead. Redskins had a lead, and Brunell fumbled, and Ed Reed. This is when Ray Lewis on the sideline said, "I got news. It all could be bad, but I just say $15 on my 15% on my car insurance." Tiki Barber's last game in Washington, he ran all over us there. I've been to that one. After a while, I've sat through preseason blowouts. Then that 2014 game, we went again in against the Giants for the Chase Young Bowl, and then this past year against the Giants when homeboy missed the field goal. I thought he had made it, and then I was like, "Oh crap!" But then we're like, "Yay! Thank God!" But
yeah, I've been to some good ones. I've been to the RG3's rookie season where Josh Morgan threw the ball at Cortland Finnegan in St. Louis. I was at that game. I was at the game where Aaron Rodgers set the yards record for Packers in 2013.
Oh, you went up to that game? Oh God, that score was not indicative of how bad that game was. It like 38-20.
Well, Brandon Merriweather tried to kill himself.
Yes,
just running headfirst into and Eddie Lacy knocked him out of the game. Yeah, I was at that game. Like, literally, the Packers fans are just next to me, just patting me on the back. Like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for doing this. Or I was at the game. Do you remember this game? I don't remember what year it was now, but I was probably 16, 17. So probably somewhere in like the 2009, 2010, where the holder lost the snap.
Oh, Hunter Smith.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was at that game where it was
Yes.
sending into overtime, and we end up losing. We tied the game, right? Yes, we're gonna
17 to
come
16.
back. Yep.
Yep.
I was at that game. Yeah, I've been to.
That was
but I've
Donovan
seen some good
McNabb's
ones,
last start. Wasn't it Donovan McNabb's last start here? Or he got one more after that, I think.
You might be right. I don't remember that. I was 16, 17. I don't remember for sure. I had to go back and look. But yeah, I was at that game. But I've been to some good ones, some positive. I went to the 24-0 comeback with Kirk Cousins.
Okay, you like that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You like that game? I was there. I was at the. Man, I don't remember. This was probably back in the 2000s as well. I don't remember exactly when, but I remember we were going against the Eagles, and the Eagles were driving down the field, and they got tackled at the 1, and the time ran out.
LaRon Landry, 10 to 3,
I was at that game.
Into 08. Yep, I remember that.
I was at that one. So I've been to some fun ones as well, but my record going to games has got to be single digits to in the 20s for loss to win record. I mean, I've been to a couple of playoff games, both the playoff games we lost. I went to those.
Ooh.
Yeah, I did not go to the Tampa because I was doing the play-by-play, but yeah. So I don't go to games anymore because now I do play-by-play. But it is what it is. But still, there's some good times, but a lot of bad.
Yeah. I mean, you're absolutely right there. And it just seems like we hang on. I mean, I'm right there with you. I said I was born in this. I said, at this point, what in the world could I do, or what could I go and jump on? Could I go jump on a team like the Rams? Yeah, sure. But it's not the same because I've rose with this team. I've fallen with this team, continually falling. You know, we've had family events that have happened like so close to the games and stuff. So it's been fun. Why spend money to go to games when you can watch them lose at home for free? Yeah. That's part of it, Don. We like the experience, bro. Don has been to a game since '85, so he's bitter about the team still. Yeah. But as we look to improve on this version of Washington, the Commanders, whatever the hell we want to call them, let's look back a little bit. So we're going to do draft superlatives here, Tim. So I got 3 for you, and we're going to go biggest draft bust, biggest draft steal, and best value pick. Okay. And I will start out because I told you don't give me yours. So I gave yours during the pre-show. And I'll go with the biggest draft bust. And I think this one will get people's blood boiling just a little bit. Yeah. It's okay, though. Robert Griffin III. Oof. And you say, well, Corey, he took us to the playoffs. He was rookie of the year. How can you say that? That was it. That was his entire career in Washington. He couldn't get right. You can blame Mike Shanahan. You can blame Jay Gruden, whoever you want to blame. He just could not get right. And what you gave up to get him kind of set you back even further. Yep. That's why
it adds to it for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
It was basically 5 picks in one, and we got a rookie of the year.
That's it. Yeah, and a playoff loss. Granted, he was up 14-0 against the Seahawks, but they caught fire at the end of the season. This was come on now, kids. This was a 3-6 team going down the stretch, and they had to win 7 in a row. And it was amazing, magnificent. But at the end of the day, I have to say RG3 was the biggest bust, and I hate saying that. Yeah, but it was just for what you gave up for him. It may be karma's way of getting it back for the Ricky Williams trade that we did back in the 90s. Yeah, but it is what it is.
I'm gonna go with the other one, the obvious one, but I'm gonna take a 2-for-1 here because they were back to back.
I know where you're going.
Yeah, and arguably the biggest bust because it sucks to say I liked him. I wanted this guy. I was all on board. When we drafted him, I was like, oh, we got it. We got a great player, and that's Josh Stockson. Josh Stockson in the last 20 years has got to be up there because at least we got a rookie of the year with RG3. We got a bad Achilles tendon with Josh Stockson.
Mm-hmm.
We got one catch against the Raiders, I guess, is really the exciting one. But he had the drop against Kansas City. It's pretty
Catch
bad.
against Seattle too. That catch against Seattle.
Oh, I think I remember what you're talking about. But
Yeah.
I remember the Raiders one more because that one was more. Because that was exactly what we thought we were going to get from his college days of jumping over dudes and just coming out on top. And then, of course, Sua Cravens right after, who decided to retire after 1 year. No, that's called quitting, Sua. That's not retiring. That is quitting after one season. So Sua Cravens, and we just wanted football players, and we drafted two guys who weren't football players, who hated football, who did not want to play football. And how in the world do you go from Scott McLaurin, we just want football players? Just give me football players. Let me draft two guys that absolutely hate football, who have a history of hating football, who Sua Cravens didn't show up to practice in a game or something like that in his college career. And then Josh Stockson left the Mountain West region, wherever, was it Wyoming or Utah or something? I don't remember exactly.
Josh Stockson with Texas Tech. Texas Christian.
No, he went to Christian after, but he originally went to another college, if you look it up. And he was homesick, just like he was here, and then he ended up going back to Texas, where he came from, and walked on to Texas Christian and became a really great receiver there. Tell me where he was in the mountain. It was somewhere in that region.
Yeah, he was in Wyoming.
Yeah. So two guys that didn't like football, and we drafted those back to back. It's got to be up there with the biggest busts. It's just terrible. I actually do have one. I don't. I'll try to keep it quick. You follow Rick Snyder?
Yeah, Rick Snyder's Washington. Yes.
Yeah. I like him. Did you see his biggest draft bust?
Crap,
I'm gonna forget this guy's name. You can look it up. It was like back in the 40s. It was a running back from University of California, I think. If you don't mind looking at his name, I'll tell a story.
Yeah, let's see here.
But so it was like 1945, 1946, somewhere in that range, where we drafted. So this was back when, draft wasn't that big of a deal. They would really get their draft prospects from a magazine, right? And we're obviously all the way on the East Coast, and our owner, what's the
George Preston Marshall?
Preston Marshall decided he really liked this running back. So he drafted him in the first round. Well, it turns out he was not eligible for the draft because he was a junior.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, let me know if you find his name. But he was not eligible for the draft because he was a junior in college, and only seniors were allowed to get drafted back then. So he decided, okay, I want this guy. So he came back into and this, of course, the draft was not like you could fix it quickly. We wasted a pick on this guy. We lost the first rounder. The second year, he's like,
Jim Hardy. No, it was a Jim Hardy?
No. It wasn't. Doesn't sound right.
Okay, yeah, it's a quarterback. Let's see here.
Running back.
Cal Rossi.
Yes, Rossi. That's exactly. That's
UCLA.
Who it is.
Yeah.
UCLA. I thought it was University of Cal. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so we come back the next year and we draft him again in the first round.
Yep.
The only player to be drafted in the first round twice, and then he decided, I don't want to play football, and he stayed in California and became a teacher and decided he did not want to play in the NFL. So we drafted a guy in the first round twice that never played in the league.
Oh, my gosh.
Isn't that a great story?
Never played professional. Oh, my God. Never played football professionally.
What was it, 9 and 4? We drafted him? Like pick 9 and then pick 4?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was. Yep, that's right. Pick 9. And then pick 4. Lord have mercy. Well, wow, that is a good story right there.
Yeah.
God, go ahead, Rick. I like Rick. Yes, that's why we like Rick Snyder.
Oh, he's awesome with historical Washington, D.C. stuff.
Favorite story, sidebar here. He was writing for a newspaper one time, and they asked him, I think his editor asked him about geography. Mm-hmm. And this is right before he went on Nadi's channel last year, I think. And he said, I know what they asked him, what's the capital of Canada? He said, Toronto. It's not. It's Ottawa. So he like the guy, he got reamed, but I always thought that was a funny story because he has these Rick has these quirky stories. So I thought that was pretty good. But yeah, that's a good draft bust.
I know it's out of the last 20 years, but still,
Yeah,
it's a funny story.
yeah, but that was a great story. Yeah, last 20 years. And then you know who else I would think of in that situation? I think of Taylor Jacobs as another guy who was a draft bust, although he was a second round pick because they had to trade that pick. I think that was part of the Lavernius Coles deal. I don't remember there, but yeah. So have it there. Biggest steal of the draft, and I think for getting what you did for this guy who nobody had heard about, he's a running back, and he was actually in the same draft with RG3. I think Big Al Morris. He set the single season record for rushing yards by any player in team history. That record has still yet to be touched. Going in, it's been up for 10 years now. Who I think Clinton Portis had it before him. So I like Al Morris there. And then also another guy you may not have heard about because he was supposed to fill the H-back role, and he did very well, Chris Cooley. I thought these were two steals that fit that offense very well over the last 20 years and kind of different mainstays, because you look at it, Chris Cooley was on the back end of his career, and then you had Al Morris who came in there as well. I remember Chris Cooley was cut, and he actually played with Al Morris for a little bit there.
Yeah, no, great choices. Alvin Morris, 1,600 yards his rookie year. He played really well. Shanahan just does that, though. I mean, it could have been anybody almost that he could have drafted, because the Shanahans just churn out 5 yards a carry running backs. But Alfred Morris was an absolute phenom. And that year, he wouldn't. I didn't even know his name. You know, it was funny. I knew 46 as a different guy. Ryan Terrain was supposed to be a dude that played and was a starter. And next thing you know, what happened to Terrain? It's a new dude, and Alfred Morris just crushed it. But Ryan
remember
Terrain.
Tim Hightower?
Yep.
They had him
from Arizona.
He was staying because he had started the season, but had got hurt. Remember, he was sitting. I'll never forget this. He had dressed out, but he was dressed out like one of the guys who was like, okay, he made the team. Yeah. They cut him the next day.
It was wild. And Roy Halou, I think, was on that team. If I remember correct, Roy Halou Jr. was another guy that you thought maybe get some play, but no, it was all Alfred Morris. It was crazy.
What's up, Hawk?
Oh, I'm awake.
Oh, wake yourself up now. Yeah. Get on up.
All right, so my biggest steal. It's interesting because we actually have some interesting late round picks, especially as of late, that I really like. You could go a couple of different directions. I'm not going to go old. You guys, you covered the 10 plus years ago. I'm going to go a little bit sooner. I'm going to go with a guy that maybe a lot of people wouldn't say, but he's got his second contract. He's a starter on this team, and that's 6th round pick Chase Rouyet. A solid starting center that you don't really have any problems with. I know he got hurt a little bit last year, but you don't hear about any bad snaps. You don't hear about any blown blocks. He grades well in PFF. He got a second contract. He's an obvious starter on this team now. I think that's a great steal, but I think in the long run, the great steal, I can't do it yet because he's only on year 3 now, is going to be Cameron Curl out of the 7th round. I think that's going to be awesome, but you could also even go Cole Holcomb, a guy out of the 5th round that's been awesome for us. So there's a couple of guys that are definitely in that conversation. But honestly, right now, as we sit, I think Chase Rouyet is a great steal in the 6th round, a solid starter. I like him.
Yeah, I like that. And, this is kind of doubling up too on that. I think he didn't get enough credit for what he did, and this is a more recent guy. I think Jamison Crowder is a guy you can look at right there. He was a bigger steal.
He was a great player. If you got him a second contract, I would tend to agree, but he didn't stay. And like another guy you could say is Tim Settle, but now we just didn't keep him, right? So it's
Terry's on that list too.
Terry McLaurin is the biggest steal.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I guess in my head, I don't know. In my head, I wasn't even thinking about it, but I mean, that's obvious. That's almost obvious numero uno.
Mm-hmm.
Biggest steal. Third round, phenomenal player. I'm going to say, who cares? You know what? Wide receivers in the second and third round perform better anyway. So it's not a steal. It's right where you're supposed to. No, I'm just kidding. It was a steal. It was a great pick.
Yeah,
I wanted a late rounder, though. Third rounder is still day 2. I wanted to go late rounder.
Yeah, that's why I was looking at day. And maybe this is where I went with my best value pick.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just like a random guy who I think he may not have been the best player, but he may have been a depth piece for the team. I went with old 64 for 10 years. He wasn't the best player. Mm-hmm. He wasn't the worst player. I go Keidrick Golston out of Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was here. He was there forever. Withstood 4 coaching staff changes. Mm-hmm. And that was the only consistent thing from 2006 to the end of 2016 before he retired. He was a Washington Redskin. I could give it to Keidrick Golston.
I got an interesting one.
Mm-hmm.
Value pick, and it's as old as we could go because you said 20 years. It's 2002. Mm-hmm. Rock Cartwright. Yeah! Rock Cartwright. He's 26th all-time in return yards, and he beat the season single record held by one of the greatest return men ever, Brian Mitchell, for the best team in the single season. I think it was 15. Yeah, it was 1,541 return yards on 64 returns, setting a record over previously held by Brian Mitchell in 1994. So Rock Cartwright, a 7th-round draft pick in 2002, was here until, I believe, 2009. Yeah, yes. 2009, so 8 seasons with the team. Great value, very important piece for us. He was just a downhill runner. He did not go left-right at all, but it worked. And I really like the value of Rock Cartwright.
Yes, I love that one. I forgot about Rock Cartwright too. Mm-hmm. Wow. I mean, he did everything, and he had survived a lot. He survived a couple of coaching changes too. He had Spurrier brought him in here, and then Gibbs, and then Jim Zorn, and then Mac Shanahan said, "Ta-ta for now." Mm-hmm. I even think in that situation, who else you probably could look at? I think he's more of a 2nd-round pick, so he didn't make that much damage. But I guess if you could say like a guy who was all right, but he was in that draft too. Liddell Betts is a guy I think that you could kind of look at and say, well, like, hey, he did what he needed to do. He was always a good backup running back. Besides that 2006 season when he had
2nd round is too much to be a good value though. But I do remember Liddell. Yeah, he was not a bad player, but I don't know if he lived up to a 2nd round.
He was a meh.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins wanted Aaron Rodgers money when he threw interceptions and missed the playoffs against. Yeah, that's true. Who was the white safety that we had back in the Reed Dowdy?
I just
that's another one. Yep, Reed Dowdy back in that, and that's part of that. That was part of the 06 draft. Yes. A funny story. Ryan Hogue, who I thought was Reed Dowdy, and they look nothing alike if you go and look them up. I said, "Hey, Reed, can you sign this for me?" He said, "Yeah, I'll sign it for you, but that's not me." And I was like, "Oh God, I don't know how I messed it up." 15-year-old Corey was like, my bad, dude. Sorry."
Perry Riley was a decent value in the 4th.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, Perry Riley was a good one. Mm-hmm. Jordan Reed, for what he did, and if you look at it, he's probably the 3rd best tight end in the team's history. Like Jerry, you look at Jerry Smith, Chris Cooley, and Jordan Reed. Those guys are the top 3 tight ends.
Didn't Rick Doc Walker play?
He did, but Rick was more like that. He was more like the H-back, that blocker. So, I mean, I wouldn't put him up there. I'm talking about receiving tight ends.
As far as talent, yeah, for Jordan Reed. Jordan Reed's arguably the best.
Yeah.
Just a talent-wise. I mean, he was incredible. But yeah, sorry, keep going.
Yeah, let's see here. I want to see if there's anybody else. I think you got me thinking.
Chris Thompson in the 5th?
Chris is a good one. Chris Thompson was a good one there, I think.
Morgan Moses in the 3rd? That's not too
bad. Dockery in the 3rd.
Uh-huh.
He was a good one. Wow,
Ooh, I wish we kept him. This would have been a great pick. Austin Ryder.
Oh, yeah. He won a Super Bowl with the Chiefs, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's one that got
We didn't
away
keep
there.
him. Man, there's some drafts here, man. I wish Keith Marshall worked out. That guy was blazing speed, running back out of Georgia, but he couldn't get healthy and never got right.
I wish Roy Halou always showed flashes to me.
Oh, here's another terrible bust. Ryan Anderson.
Who?
Oh, man. Terrible pick.
That was that 2017 draft, wasn't it? Yep.
Terrible pick. Nobody wanted him in the second. Like, what? That was outrageous.
But look at this 2017 draft, Tim. Ryan Anderson, Fabian Moreau, Samaje Perine, Monte Nicholson, Jeremy Sprinkle, Chase Roulette, Robert Davis, Josh Harvey Clemens, and Joshua Hosey. I'll never forget Joshua Hosey because they didn't have NFL.com didn't even do a profile on him. He went to Auburn. He went to Auburn, Tim.
An SEC, and he didn't play.
They didn't have anything on him.
Yeah.
Like, my God. That 17 draft was, and that 19 draft wasn't that good either. I mean, you look at Dwayne Haskins, Bryce Love, Wes Martin, Pierce Bacher, Harmon, Jimmy Moreland, Jordan Brayford. I mean, Jimmy Moreland he may have had a raw deal here, but that really was not a good draft. 18.
I had so much promise for that draft too, except for Haskins. I hated him the day we drafted him, to be honest.
Yeah, there was a lot of people. Rest in peace, Dwayne.
Very sad. But anyway, but I loved Montez. I liked Terry. I really liked Bryce Love. I thought he had a big chance. The guards were I could take or leave. I liked Cole. I loved Kelvin Harmon, even though I think he's back on the roster right now.
He is.
Which is interesting.
Future.
Yep. And then Jimmy Moreland was just a firecracker. Way too small for the league, but a firecracker nonetheless. You got to respect how much he did with his size.
Worst draft of the last 20 years for this team.
Worst draft for the last 20 years. And
I don't even think it's close. I'll let you know mine here if you want me to go first.
I don't know if I have a super strong opinion, so I'm probably just going to let you have this one. So
the 2008.
I was just looking at it. They have nobody in blue. So nobody of note.
Devin Thomas, Fred Davis, Malcolm Kelly, Chad Reinhardt, Justin Tryon, Durant Brooks, Kareem Moore, Colt Brennan, rest in peace, Rob Jackson, Chris Horton.
Who?
They traded their first round pick to get more picks.
Oh, God.
And they still did. They got little to nothing out of the first three picks. Like, think about this. Devin Thomas, I think, was taken before Deshaun Jackson in this draft.
Is that Jim Zorn's first year?
Yes.
Good night. He screwed us in so many ways.
Gooseman Chris says, look at the 2010 draft.
2010.
I don't think you can say that, though, because you had Trent Williams there.
No. Oh, shoot. I was in the wrong place. Oh, yeah, Trent Williams automatically. I don't care who else you drafted. I mean, Trent Williams was phenomenal for us.
Generational.
Yeah, like that's and you could literally miss on all the other ones. If you hit on a Trent Williams, that can't be the worst draft. I was looking at the 2009. I mean, that's kind of rough.
Who the hell is Dennis Morris? No, my God.
A 6th round pick. That's why.
Oh, wow. I mean, Jiminy Christmas. I thought that, and I had problems for that 2011 draft too, because you saw like some of these guys. Ryan Kerrigan was out there, but he played out of position, but he still made his way here in Washington. Jarvis Jenkins, I thought, could have done well. Leonard Hakinson had shown flashes. I already told you about Roy Halou, Dejon Gomes, and he wasn't that good. Niles Paul, I mean, he was
three Nebraska players back
in
to
a row.
Back.
Yes. Evan Royster wasn't bad. I think he had a 100-yard game that rookie year. Aldrick Robinson, we saw what he added to RG3's game. I don't know who Brandon Thompson is. Maurice Hurt, Marcus White. Chris Neal had like a couple of sacks in that first game against the Giants in 2011.
Yeah.
Lord, I have too much fun here. We have too much fun.
Yeah.
Matt Bowen wasn't a draft pick though, Hawk. That's the only thing. Matt Bowen was a free agent pickup.
You know what? 2000. Oh, never mind. Jonathan Allen makes that draft okay, but it's not
Mhm.
okay. It's still bad. But and Chase Rouyet.
Here's
The rest of that draft was rough.
Here's the
He's had
funny.
some bad drafts.
Yeah, here's the funniest thing too, Tim. About when I look at I talked about the 2000. We talked about Rock Cartwright in that 2002 draft. Drafted Patrick Ramsey at 32. Washington traded back so far. They passed up on Ed Reed. Ed Reed went at like 22 to Baltimore because they had traded. They had pick number 16, and they traded with New England, which I think they used to get like Daniel Graham there might have been Daniel Graham or somebody like that. But a tight end, I know that. So that's just one of them things you're like, damn, we missed out on that.
Yup.
What? Yeah, that was back in the 90s. I think it was like 93 for Andre Johnson. Don. That was
Andre Johnson really drafted in 93?
Not the wide receiver.
Oh, I was about to say.
Yeah, let's see here. Oh, maybe it was 98. Whoa, let's see here. Maybe it was earlier than that. Was it Andre Johnson or Collins? No, it wasn't.
Andre Johnson was 96.
96. Oh, Lord, I was waiting for Penn State. Stephen Davis was there.
Stephen Davis.
Mm-hmm.
He was on the ticket of my first game ever.
Oh, he was?
Tampa Bay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Played only 3 games, each for the Lions, and is usually considered one of the worst draft picks of all time.
Andre Johnson?
Yeah, I think Doc Walker was talking about on his podcast one time. He was talking about going up. He didn't mention the guy's name, but I think it was Andre Johnson. He was talking about how he had said like the kid really didn't, get it. And I think that was him. He was talking about. I can't be for certain, but I think that was him. So we kind of move on from there. Yep. That was a good draft talk. But, and you look at this too, Tim, a lot of people mock us going wide receiver. Drake London, maybe Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave. I look at the wide receivers that this team has historically drafted in the first round, and I know it's irrationality and all that good stuff, but does it just make you wonder, like, we always screw up at wide receiver early on? Mm-hmm. Should we just pass on a wide receiver and go later in the draft and get one?
Well, you're talking to somebody that has a hard bias of I don't like first-round receivers unless they are Calvin Johnson. Like, literally, if I'm drafting a first-round receiver, I want the entire package. I want 6'4", 6'5", sub 4'4", catch radius out the roof, a top 5 leaping, vertical 40 inches or something like that. Like, I want you to be the prototype of Julio Jones, of a guy that's just so good it's like impossible to pass up on. I do not like drafting a guy under that size and like 6'1", 6'2", or even 6'2" is like you're on the border, but 6'1" and under, I just don't want it in the first round. Not to say they can't succeed, right? I think Garrett Wilson could be a phenomenal receiver in this league. I think Chris Olave could be really, really good in this league. Jameson Williams could be a guy he's got super speed. I mean, the guy's insanely fast. Drake London, I'm still meh on. He's a better second round pick in my opinion. But anyway,
here's a number for you. The number 8. We have taken a wide receiver in the last 8 drafts.
Wow.
We've taken it somewhere in the draft. So dating back all the way to Jay Gruden's first year, 2014 took Ryan Grant, 15 took Jameson Crowder, Evan Spencer. Only reason why I took Evan Spencer was his brother Cole was a scout for the Redskins. That's why they took him there. Josh Stockson, 2016, Robert Davis in 17, Trey Quinn in 18. 19, you had Terry McLaurin. Check.
And Calvin
and Calvin Harmon there. Everybody's favorite Liberty Flame, Antonio Gandy Golden. In 2020, everybody was like, they were like, oh, this guy's gonna be it. He's gonna be still a draft. Only thing he could solve was a Rubik's Cube. But he can't solve how to get on the field. Then last year, De'Ami Brown, Dax Milne, which I have hope for these guys. I think De'Ami Brown, I think they played him too soon and they did not maximize on his strengths. He's a go route. He runs go routes. You didn't have the quarterback to throw it down the field last year. That was something that Ryan Fitzpatrick would do, and we saw that in the first game against the Chargers. I think he did try to chuck one down there before he got hurt. And then you look at Dax Milne. This is a guy who is a dual threat. He can be a slot receiver. He can also return punts for you, too, if you need it. So these two young men, they give me hope this year, especially with Carson Wentz. I think he's going to have an array of talented wide receivers this year, probably the most talented array of wide receivers that he has ever had in his career. And I don't think that's an exaggeration.
No, I mean, Terry just puts it over the top. It's definitely interesting, especially if we take a receiver in the first 2 rounds. And I wouldn't mind a second-round receiver at all. I just hate first-round receiver. I'm biased against it. But I have grown to accept that I do think that they will go that direction, assuming Kyle Hamilton does not fall. But and if I had to choose one, I'm taking Garrett Wilson.
Okay. I like Garrett Wilson.
Can run a great route. Hands are through the roof. Like, he might not even be there at 11. I think his hands are that incredible. Because there's like a few guys that you ever see that they catch the ball and the ball just immediately stops and just sticks to their hand. And he's one of those guys. You see it with like Odell Beckham or I'm sure there's some other guys that you can give good examples of. But yeah, it's different when you watch it on film than other receivers. It's incredible.
Yeah, and I think, it's a copycat league. I think a lot of people saw what the Bengals got out of Jamar Chase, who actually took a year off because of COVID and everything. But he came out there and he was looking like a bust in preseason, too. That was the funny thing. A lot of people thought he was a bust because he wasn't catching in preseason. And then set the world on fire. And then you look at Jefferson as well. The year before that, he set the world on fire as one of the better young wide receivers in the league. So,
and Jalen Waddle was 6th pick. He had a great year too.
Yeah. Jalen Waddle
had Smith was 10, and he had a solid year. So I mean, the receivers hit last year. There's no doubt about it.
And that kind of, if you're a gambling person, you're like, do you really want to hedge your bets and try to go in for wide receivers again this year? But I look at it too. I'm like, a lot of people are talking about maybe not wide receivers for Washington. Kyle Hamilton. I don't know, man. I don't know. Hey, man.
We just got called fat.
Hey, hey, bro. Hey, as long as you the center, we good, Real. Real gonna be the center. That's exactly what
we're the guards.
Yeah,
we're the guards.
We're just guards. We're just guards. Shout out,
awesome.
Salute to Rambling Rio, my guy,
What's
guy.
Up, Rio? That's awesome.
The second greatest content creator from Prince William County around these parts.
Oh, there you go.
It's gonna be a wide receiver day all over. Yeah, and Ron pretty much alluded to that. Like, Ron is the worst poker player in the world. I would never want to play cards. I would want to play against Ron in cards because I always win. Because when he's gonna go all in, I call it, and I know it's 420, so I'm gonna start calling him River Toke Ron because that's all he's doing. Let's see here. I'm sure we'll produce better than City. Hey, come on now. Sadizzi got a little bit better, didn't he? He got a little bit better. But Tim, before we get out of here, I did it with Toothpick. I'm going to do it with you.
All right.
Let's go in. Let's dive in here, and we'll run through the quick 7-round mock draft.
Okay.
Courtesy of Pro Football Focus. They ain't sponsoring nothing, but I just like to say it here.
Okay.
Because I like their efficiency here. So let's get this screen on.
Okay.
And let's see. Share the screen. Boom, boom, boom. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Sure. It says Trey Johnson and Brandon Sheriff. Oh, okay. All I could do. I guess. I guess Tim is Trey Johnson, so that makes sense. Because I can't grow hair like that. Here we go. All right.
Yeah, I'm the
Okay.
Brandon Sheriff lookalike though.
That's true. That's true. I love how they have the Texas down here. Needs every position.
I love that's so, they did them so dirty.
That is so ratchet. That's not
it's
even
hilarious.
right. That's
Needs
so awful.
everywhere.
Everywhere. Well, let's rock and roll and see what
hilarious. All right, let's do
Washington's
it.
needs are. Let's start the draft. And we won't do any trades just for the second time.
That's fine.
Okay. So we come in here now. Pick 11.
Pick 11. Here we go.
And let's see. Ooh, the Jets win. Let's go look at the top 10.
Yep,
Jameson Williams
okay.
at 10. Kyle Hamilton at 9 to the Seahawks. Trayvon Walker. Charles Cross to the to the Giants there. Derek Stingley to the Panthers. Kayvon Thibodeau to the Giants at 5.
I love that draft for the Giants. I think that would be a great draft.
That's God, the danger for us. Young man the tackle out of South Carolina, giving protection to everybody's favorite non-coffee drinking man, and Zach Wilson up there. Evan Neal. Sauce Gardner 2. And Aiden Hutchinson number 1. So they took Sauce Gardner over Derek Stingley Jr. Well, let's see here. So Washington is on the clock, Tim. Who do you want to take?
All right. I know who I want. Are we doing who I want, or are we doing what I think is going to happen?
Tell me who you want, then what you think's going to happen.
All right. Rio's going to hate me. I want Nakobe Dean. I want Nakobe Dean as my quarterback of the defense. I love how high Q he is. I love the energy he plays with. I love the leadership. I love everything about this guy. He's a little bit oversized, but he plays bigger than his size. But I know we're not going that direction, so we won't draft him here. But that's my pipe dream. I would love to trade down and take Nakobe Dean. That's awesome. But anyway, all right, let's go back to reality. If I'm going here, and it seems like they really want receiver, the corner and the safeties are gone. I'm not taking Devin Lloyd. I'm not as high on him. I think he could be a good linebacker, but I don't want him in the first. What?
Nathan. Shout out Ref
Nathan?
Edition.
Yeah,
shout out Ref. He said, stop it, Tim. Just stop it.
We're going Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson, Ohio State. The guy has got such great hands, speed. I think he's a little bit better route runner than Olave, in my opinion. And if he's there at 11, I would love. I think he'd be a great addition in a 1-2 punch with Terry McLaurin. What about you?
Look, I gotta go with. I gotta stay away from Drizzy Drake up here. I'm going Garrett Wilson as well. I like him there at that pick. So we will scroll down the Rolodex to number 47, and right now. What we got here? Let's see here. Let's see who we have. Oh, Lord. The Seahawks. Who'd they take? They took Sam Howell at
and
40.
Petre.
Good God almighty.
I think it's a steal. And if Kenny Pickett goes to 43, I think that's a tremendous pickup for them. I think that's outrageous. But good for them.
Rio, I don't want no Odell 2 now. I don't want Garrett Wilson going up in the hot tub, sneaking up on his teammates and everything.
No fights with kicking nets.
Yeah, no fights with kicking nets. No fights with Josh Norman, and no creepy boat party and stuff. And have we not learned from our boy Fritz Smoot? No more boat parties for NFL players. He still likes to talk about this, so that's good. But yeah, I don't want to see no videos of Garrett Wilson walking out of the hot tub with all his teammates in there and come out looking like Godzilla, or for you Power Rangers fan, the Dragon Zord. Let's see here. Happy with that. So who are we gonna go here? We've got Chanel from Wisconsin. Like they said, they've drawn a comparison to Micah Parsons. You got Brisker. Let's see who you got. A lot of these linebackers. Troy Anderson is here.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting. There really is. It's a very man. There's a lot of talent right there.
Let's see.
Grab in this pick. I just think it's got to be need based, and there's talent there, and we got to go linebacker. Yeah, I saw Nathan really likes Jaquan Brisker. My dad likes Brisker as well. I can't do it. And not that I really like this guy, but since we signed Bobby McCain, we still have Cameron Curl back there. We have 3 what I think starting corners. The secondary is not as important to me as linebacker. Linebacker, we arguably don't have 3 starters. I mean, they're just not. It's Cole Holcomb, and then Jamin Davis is a maybe, right? It's a maybe. So is Matt Corral still there? Is that what they're saying?
Yeah, Matt Corral is still there. You feeling frisky?
No, I am so anti-quarterback at all. And once we made the trade for Carson Wentz, I am not taking a quarterback. Period. It ain't happening. No quarterbacks.
He said period.
Absolutely. Period. I'm a hurricane. All right. So
shout out West County.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going linebacker here, and the top 3 are all very interesting deals, right?
Come on.
Because I've heard some great things about Brian Asamoah as well. He's a little bit undersized, though, 6 foot 226, so I'm probably not going that direction. So it's between Chenal and Troy Anderson. I'm going to go with Chenal. I think he's a little bit more polished, and he has played the position where Chenal is a transfer over from quarterback and running back, so used to play offense. Chenal, though, 91.5 PFF, 6'3", 250. Athletic freak.
Yes.
So, big need. If Chenal is sitting there, I don't think we can pass him up.
Yes, this is my guy. I've been reading about him, and I've like fallen in love with him over like the last couple of days. I was like, I like this guy. Let's go with him. Let's go. We go Chenal. I'm sorry, guys. We couldn't go Brisker, man. We go with Brisker. Now we will go all the way to pick 113.
Okay. And also, there's a reason I don't want a safety there because there's a safety later that I really like.
So
that's another part.
All right. So we skip because we traded our 3rd round pick there.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're here in the 4th. Ooh, my favorite tight end is still here. God, I really did. He's not going to go that high. What are you thinking here? What y'all thinking?
All right. So, in my opinion, which is all we care about right now at the second, right?
Yes.
In my opinion, the guy I like here a lot, I think is really good value. We talked about potentially needing some secondary, and I think this guy is really honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he's not here at 113, but PFF says he will be, so I'm just going to ride with him. And according to PFF, this is too high for him, right, according to his rank. But if you look at his average draft pick, it's 116, which is right here in the realm. It's Kobe Bryant from Cincinnati. Kobe Bryant, cornerback from Cincinnati. This guy, he's 6'1", 193. He had an 86.7 PFF. He played in a phenomenal secondary over there in Cincinnati. He had a good Senior Bowl as well. They called him for a pass interference that was an absolute joke. Malik Willis threw a horrible ball, and it should have been pass interference. But anyway, I think Kobe Bryant is a really nice snag here. With how bad our corners were last year, I think drafting him is definitely a benefit to our secondary. And I'm not in love with the tackles and guards here. I would love to take one of those in this spot, but there's nobody that's really screaming to me that I'm like, all right, I definitely want this guy here. So I'm going to go with Kobe Bryant from Cincinnati. What say you? Who are you taking?
I'm going to go with you here because I want to see if my pick is going to be later at 189.
Okay.
Let's see here. Draft. Please, Lord. We're drafting.
Nathan Perry says a third safety is more important than third linebacker. Well, the problem is that he may need to be our second linebacker. Like, is Jamin Davis going to be our starter? Like, that's the big problem. Is I don't know if Jamin Davis is Jamin Davis will end up being a starter, but you say third safety, there's a lot of times where, I mean, you could have Kendall Fuller as a part of your free safety and bring in Kobe Bryant in this situation to be a corner. So there's that. You still have guys like maybe, who else is on the depth chart? Of course, Troy Apke, the GOAT. No, I'm just kidding. But Danny Johnson can give you solid minutes if he's still here. But I don't know. I'm not as high. I mean, I'm not as high on the safety need as some others, unless it's Kyle Hamilton. But anyway, my guy is up here next, and I'm sure he's still here.
Yeah, they took my guy. They already took him. He went. My favorite tight end, James Mitchell out of Virginia Tech. So, we're here at 6.
I know who I want, but you go. You go first.
I'm looking at the running back spot.
Okay.
I like Brian Robinson just because of how physical he ran at Alabama, although he was there for a long time. Who are you looking at?
85.9, not bad. And 1,300 yards, 14 touchdowns. I was looking at Brian Robinson for you. All right. Here's the safety. And, again, according to his rank, it's way low, but, oh, gosh, and his PFF grade is horrific.
Hey, it was.
They hate this guy at PFF. Okay, well, anyway, his average draft pick on this is 190. So we're sitting here at pick 189. So this is a very reasonable pick. And I think this guy has a lot of safety versatility, and it could be arguably one of the better safeties in this draft when it's all said and done potentially, is Bubba Bolden from the Hurricanes.
From old Miami, Bubba Bolden. My boy Brad would love it.
He's down there, man. He's down there on the ranking system, probably because of poor PFF. But he's average draft pick according to PFF is also 190. So we're right here in the range, and there's your safety depth. And we also still have Derek Forrest back there that we drafted last year. That's interesting. And I know it sucks. I haven't drafted O-line, but I'm not necessarily desperate.
There's O-line. A guy we can get, I think, in the 7th round, though.
For O-line? Okay.
Yeah. So I'll go Bubba Bolden, and I'm going to hopefully, we're going to hold on to God and see if we can get this. Okay. I say find a veteran linebacker. Let's see. Brock Purdy is here. Damn it, if they took my other guy, I'm going to be mad. Oh, for the love of cheese and crackers. I can't get any of my guys.
Yeah.
Damn, I was going to take the kid from Mercer.
Oh, yeah. I've seen a lot of people mock him.
Old boy from Mercer. I was like, the small college boys, they're good. Let's see. Who y'all want to go here? Let's see. You know what? I am going to go safety. I'm going to go safety here. Where do we go? What did we go in the last picking? I forgot what we want to say. Oh, hell, never mind then. Where are we going to go?
Where were you going on safety? I'm just curious.
I was going to go Brad Hawkins.
I actually really like that pick. I agree with you. He could be more of a true free safety, which is potentially what we more need. But Ron does love his position flex. But
yes,
Brad Hawkins is definitely a guy that I was looking for Michigan. They also had a really good defense last year, and he was a part of that. So I don't hate that pick, but obviously we already
took one, and this is right. This is right at his. All his Smoke Monday just went to pick 220. His average pick value is 221 there. So,
Oh, my other guy's gone.
Let me see this guy from Idaho. You know what? I'm gonna go with this Noah Ellis kid. 6'4", 346 pounds. That big boy.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. Let's go here. Let's build back that line. Let's build back better.
Yep, we definitely need some. Yeah, we build back better. Yeah. Okay. Noah Ellis, average draft pick 168. So you got some value here, and ranked 194. 70 PFF, which is right at average.
Yeah.
Redshirt junior. 23 years old, so he's an older player. All right.
Let's see. Nathan said, did we take a running back or tied in yet?
No. And you talk about drafting a veteran running back. I want to draft, or not draft, sorry, picking up in free agency. I want to pick up a veteran tight end, and his name is Jesse James. Jesse James is still out there. in the free agency. I think he would be a phenomenal tight end 2, tight end 3, and then if he needed to be a tight end 1 for until Logan got healthy, I think he could. Jesse James put Chase Young on his buttocks when we played the Detroit Lions in his rookie year. He's a tremendous blocker. He's he's like John Bates, like a zone beating tight end. He's not special, but I think plugging the hole at tight end until Logan can get back with Jesse James is preferred for me, unless we add capital. Of course, in this one, we didn't add any capital because we said we weren't going to trade, which is fine. But unless we trade back and we can get a Trey McBride because we added more capital, I think that's fine. But, all right, so I'm here at pick 239, and let's see.
Here we go.
Running back is definitely something that we may go here now, but because Goodson from Iowa, he's more of like a third down back though. I was sad that the edge that I wanted is gone. There was a guy, what's his name? Hold on, let me look. From Iowa, Christopher Allen, edge from Iowa. He's a little bit undersized. It's probably kind of like William Bradley King. What's that?
Nathan said plugging the hole. I said pause.
Plugging the hole.
Just don't search tight end and Jesse. Oh! Nathan's up there. He's a bad man. I'm telling you. Oh my gosh. So here, you know what? I'll leave it up to the comments here. Who should we pick at 239?
The most important pick of the draft. Don't mess it up.
Who should be our Mr. Irrelevant?
You know who's kind of interesting?
Who's that?
He's a little bit undersized, but he could be an interesting center/guard, little position flex. Michael Miotti from Missouri, but at 89.1 PFF. But I don't know. He could be a guy that could be an interesting late
center
flyer that could maybe fill in some guard depth. But Wes Schweitzer then would have to be your starter, which is maybe not ideal, but still, it's an interesting guy that's still here and
let's get
potential.
Let's find let's see here. Has he been flexible? He's a graduate student. I want to see where he's landed. He's just played all his time at center.
How did I forget? We got to go get Jordan Silver, another long snapper. You got to have depth, man.
Lord have mercy. I ain't mess with you, Tim.
I'm surprised we haven't traded up for him yet.
Let's see. I don't know who we got here. You know what? We didn't go offensive line. What's Henry Miller? Has he been? Harry Miller, excuse me. I like this guy a little bit better. He's played various spots. He didn't play a lot last year.
Said? Who?
He's a guard. Yeah. What's up, Pedro?
Harry Miller from Ohio State.
Yeah.
65
right
and a half PFF, 6'4", 315 junior. I mean, he's definitely played in some big games with Ohio State. So I don't.
Let's go. Let's go bookends. Ohio State, Harry Miller. Let's see.
What up, Pedro?
Pedro up in the house. Said.
All right, not bad.
Not bad. Let's see. They're grading our draft. Lord have mercy. Bubba Bolden and Kobe Bryant. F's. Hey, but we did get value.
But
good value on
weird,
those late.
It's because of where they rank him, but it's so weird because they rank Kobe Bryant at like 170 something, right? But his average draft pick is 116, so this is right in the range of where he could go. And then on top of that, PFF rates him an 86. So how in the world do you get an F for a guy that's average draft pick for 116 and has an 86 PFF on PFF's website? Like the grading system is clearly flawed. But
appreciate it, Marcus. Marcus said he liked the draft. We appreciate that. I like that Chanel. I because I was reading about him. See, he kind of draws comparisons to Micah Parsons. So I said, you get a front seven chess piece? Yes, please. I will take that.
Mm-hmm.
You can never have enough of those guys. So I was like, why not have him? You get Garrett Wilson at pick 11, which I still think is high for a wide receiver. But I'm kind of going with what the consensus may be. And Garrett Wilson, you gotta go with him.
Do you want to speed run a trade back?
Yeah, let's do it straight. Let's do that. I wasn't gonna do it, but hey, I will do whatever my guest wants. And if my guest wants to do a trade back, we're gonna, by golly, we're gonna do one. All right, folks, we're gonna do a trade back here. Let's start the draft and away. Oh, let's check the settings.
Watch, Kyle Hamilton's gonna be here now.
Simulate how teams pick draft.
Make sure you hit 7. Make sure you hit 7.
Oh, 7. Yep, 7. And away. Let's see. Okay. We good? There you go. Start the end of draft. There we go. Ah, Corey had a brain fart right there, boys. Okay. And away we go. Pick 11.
I knew Kyle Hamilton was going to be there on this draft.
Damn!
I knew it. But we already said we were going to trade back. We're already going to trade back. I knew he was going to be here.
Here we go. I know who I may want to trade with.
Okay, who's your ideal trade spot? That's a good
let me see here. Oh, they're not even up here. Other teams. New Orleans. How are you doing, boys?
You want to trade with New Orleans?
Wow. I figure. Y'all want to move up to 11? Y'all want to move
You
up
want to trade up with their 16 or 19?
Oh, we're going to get 16.
Okay.
Let's get 16. Do we want to be greedy?
I want at least their third.
I want to go.
Or do you
I want to get 2. I want to get 2. That comp third. That comp third. No, yeah, that comp third. And then
you want to get 2 as well?
Huh?
They are not interested in trading with the Spurs.
Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, so let's go. They aren't. Let's see. Huh? They aren't.
Do we have to refresh? Oh, we could force a trade.
Yeah, we could. But let's see here. Offer trade. Let's see. Boom. Hell, it says they're just aren't interested in doing it. Okay, well, be that then. You guys can be that. They're not interested in the trade. The rat bastards. Okay, so Pittsburgh, we'll deal with you. Give me 20.
It says they're not interested either.
Oh, well, they said this trade is lopsided. Your team owner will veto it. 52.
Oh, on yours, it's working. Okay. Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go 138.
Okay.
Oh, Lord, this trade will likely be. So let's go 50%. You know what, boys? Here we go. This is what I'll do. I'll give you 113. How about that? Let's go.
Oh my goodness! Now we're in insane territory here.
Let's go.
Oh, one of the best GMs to ever do it.
Wah! Hire me, boys.
Awesome. That's awesome. All right, so we went to here. You got 252, 84, and what else did you get? The 138.
And 138.
And I gave him 113. Okay, I'm gonna force my trade through it. Okay.
Go. For leasing. Resume draft at 20. Let's see here. You know what, Tim? Tim, look who's at 20. Look who's sitting there.
I don't know who you could be talking about.
Kobe Dean.
Who's that?
Your boy.
I love that guy. I want him so bad.
You know what?
But I do like George Pickens, too.
George Pickens. Do we really want to go? Oh, and Sky Moore's still there, too.
George Pickens there would be a very interesting pick as well because of the excuse me, because there is linebacker depth later.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can get your boy Troy or something.
Yeah, they could do that.
But I do love me some Jacoby Dean. But I'm okay with receiver because it's probably not realistic that we're going to Jacoby Dean. Even if we trade back, we're probably going receiver.
Let's see here. Who did
Pittsburgh take?
Pittsburgh took Garrett Wilson.
In my draft, they took Malik Willis.
Oh, wow. Malik Willis fell to 16 on here. So I'm going to go with
Where's Burks in this draft? Did he fall that hard? Wow, they have him ranked on PFF 46 now. That's interesting.
Wow. Let's go. I'm going to Nakobe Dean here. I draft Nakobe Dean.
Okay.
At 20.
You're not going to get a fight from me.
Go. And pick 47. Mm-hmm. Ooh, Desmond Ritter is there. Damn. Well, now I screwed myself. I think I screwed myself. Yeah. Ooh, Lord.
Well, we got options now. We got 47, 52, and 84.
Desmond Ritter.
You want to go a quarter? I'm so anti.
No. I'm not going Desmond Ritter there.
Okay.
Anybody interested in
you have
40?
Christian Watson on your board? I do too, actually. We could actually draft him probably a little bit later. They do like John Mechie, but we have 47 and 52, so we're picking in 5 spots. We already got our linebacker. Do we just go Jaquan Brisker then?
Is that the safety?
Yeah.
Let's see. Where's his annual? Where's his? Oh, but you still got. Let's see. He's not even on here on mine.
Oh.
Yeah, the Vikings just took him.
Oh, okay.
You know, but who? Oh, damn it! And then Chanel is here at 36.
Yeah.
You can't really do that. You got nothing.
Can we go tight end? Do you want to go Trey McBride?
Not really.
Okay. Or
Brees
offensive tackle.
Yeah, who's a good offense?
Or like a guy that can translate to guard. A guy I really like and Washington I think likes is Luke Godke.
Okay. Let's see
He's
here.
A 92 PFF, 94 in the run blocking. He translates to really well to guard, and I'd be very interested in a Luke Godke because I think to me he screams a Brandon Sheriff replacement. Maybe I'm gonna get him a little bit later though, but I don't know. We're kind of in an awkward spot because it's almost like a reach no matter what. Do we just take because we do need a receiver? Do we just take Mechie?
I mean, do you? Yeah, that's the thing. But isn't that like a reach though? And then you got him at 50. I got pick 52.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Jalen Tolbert. Like
so much for a speed run.
Exactly, right?
There's too many options.
Somebody said Desmond Ritter. Frost says take Breece Hall there.
I do think that kid's going to be a stud, but I just don't want a running back early.
I'm going to go. It's a bit of a reach, but I'm going to go Hall here.
Ooh, you're going the running back. Okay.
It's a bit of a reach.
He is a stud.
So now I fall down to 52.
Do we have to go receiver here, right?
Let's see. Tolbert's still here. Is John Mechie still here? I'll take Mechie. John Mechie, he's still here. Christian Watson still. You know what? I've heard good things about this kid.
Christian Watson, 6'5" body. He's still there for you? I wouldn't mind that at all.
Yeah, let's go with him.
He's tremendous upside.
Only reason why it pushes me off of Mechie is because of the ACL thing.
Yeah, I gotcha. Ooh, this might be a perfect spot for Godeke if he's here.
Expert JK said, if Desmond Ritter is available, do you think they select him in the second round? I don't think so. I think they'd trade back. Oh,
I hope not.
Tim.
Yeah.
Tim. They had a private workout with him. Ew. Carson Strong is right here. Mr. Bad Knees himself.
You're joking, right?
I am serious.
You like Strong?
I don't like him.
I'm just telling you right now, I hate Strong. Like,
I just feel like this is where they would go.
I have strong opinions on Strong. If we go Strong, you're gonna see a viral video. Like, I mean, I am going off if we. I'm gonna be so mad if we go Carson Strong. If you want to go Carson Strong, I might freak out on you too. But no, I'm just kidding.
I kind of want to see. I kind of want to see this. That's why I want to draft him. I really do want to see. I think. I
made it almost a guarantee.
Yeah, I really do want to see.
No, I'm not gonna freak out on you. I'm not there.
Please do. Please do.
If it happens in real life, Right now, I'm gonna keep Wusa. Okay, I know this is all for fun.
Yes.
But I can't.
Hell, let's
imagine- I
go.
can't do
Let's
it.
go, Carson Strong, boys. We're gonna draft him. They're gonna draft him.
Bruh! Dude, he ran a. Oh my gosh. He is so dirt slow. The guy can't throw to anybody that he doesn't stare down. His arm's fine. People like to hype up his arm. I think his arm strength is fine. But good God, oh, he like does this. Oh, you're open. Okay, now I throw it. Like it's he just played in a terrible division with it. He's not like the next Zach Wilson guy. All right, like he's so bad. I would rather take Bailey Zapp. I like Bailey Zapp more than Carson Strong personally. But all right, we went with the draft. I can't even hit draft on Carson Strong. I'm just gonna draft some random corner, and we're gonna say we drafted Carson Strong. Can't even hit the draft button.
Oh man, I broke it, Tim, and I love it. It's great. Let's see here.
All right, we got 138 now.
Freshman, Joshua Williams. I can't draft this kid from UNC Pembroke because they treated my people like a bunch of jackasses when we went out there for a football game. So I can't do that.
Geez.
Yeah, we went out there. They're out like near the coast of North Carolina. I am going to see something here. I know it's round 4, and this may be a bit of a reach, but I want to look at tight ends, see who's here.
There's a guy that I like here.
Let me see.
At tight end.
How in the hell is he gone?
Woods?
No, James Mitchell is gone yet again.
James Mitchell?
Yeah, from Virginia Tech.
Virginia?
Yeah, from Virginia Tech. Yeah. The Jets.
My dad pointed out this guy, and I think he's actually a really interesting prospect. Isaiah Likely. 6'5", 245. He had a 93.3 PFF. The guy had, in one game, 8 catches, 232 yards, and 4 touchdowns against Arkansas State. The guy can definitely catch the ball. I'm not sure exactly how good of a run blocker he is, but I don't really care. We have John Bates for that. So, and I'm sure he's got the size to learn how to do it. But if we want to go tight end here, I think this is actually pretty good value.
Huh. We could do that. I think you got that guard from Virginia Tech as well.
Well, since you drafted Carson Wentz, we may as well not Carson Wentz, Carson Strong. You may as well go Cole Turner, his buddy, the tight end there.
Ooh, Cole Turner. Let's see here.
I think he's trash.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go Letitia Smith from Virginia Tech, the guard.
Oh, okay. We're going guard.
Yeah, because we need a guard. So I'm gonna go there.
Smith, a local kid for Virginia Tech. Okay.
Uh-huh. Your Seahawks have taken Bailey Zapp. Let's see here.
So now we're at pick 189.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a guard, we have a linebacker, we have a receiver, we have a quarterback, we have a running back. Okay.
Huh. Where else do we need to go here?
We may be able to. We may go your boy Brad Hawkins here at safety.
Safety, yeah. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's build back better on the secondary.
I like that. I like him.
It's a little bit of a reach for Brad Hawkins, though.
It is a slight reach, but at the same time, are you really reaching in a 6th round pick? Like,
it's true.
It is what it is.
Yeah, but you know that's how they do it. Let's go, Brad Hawkins.
Smoke Monday. Did you see that name?
Yeah.
Smoke
Nathan
Monday
had brought him up. Smoke Monday.
That's hilarious.
My buddy D from the shop. He also has a guy called Smoke Every Day. Shout out to you from the shop.
All right, now what do we need? So we've gone.
We haven't went tight end yet. Let's see.
We didn't go tight end.
We haven't got tight end yet.
Oh, you went guard.
Yeah, I went guard. I went just to guard.
Okay.
Don't like this guy. He looks like garbage.
At this point, I would just go pick up a free agent, but you could go Cole Turner. Is Cole Turner still there for you?
Let me see Cole Turner.
Only because he has that relationship with Carson Strong since you drafted him.
See, you gotta stop being that way. You're better than that.
I'm not. I'm actually not being vindictive on that one. I hate your pick, but I'm actually trying to be nice.
Look, I
Believe it
just
or
went
not.
with it because they had a private workout with me. I'm not in love with. You know what? I'm gonna go Cameron Latu from.
Didn't they have it wasn't Cole Turner at that private workout too?
Oh dear God. Maybe they were working out Cole Turner.
I think Cole Turner was there at the workout.
Let's go Cameron Latu here.
Okay.
The tight end out of
Alabama.
Alabama. And then my boy Noah Ellis from Idaho is still there.
Okay.
The big boy. I'm gonna go him to finish up this draft.
Who was it that you went in the 230? I forgot already. You just said
Ellis from Idaho.
No, you said that was 239. What was the one before that?
Cameron
Tight
Latu.
end. Latu.
Yeah. Huh, this might not be a bad draft here, boys. Got an A. The trade was rated an A.
Oh, you got an A. Eh?
The draft was an A minus. Got an F for drafting Brett Hawkins as high as it did.
Yeah.
Brees Hall, C minus. Christian Watson, C.
Yo,
Carson Strong.
This website is just weird.
Yeah, it's
dude.
messed up.
Bro, we drafted Christian Watson to the same spot. Same exact spot. We have the same draft. I literally drafted the exact same players, same trade, everything.
Mm-hmm.
They grade you a C minus. They grade me a C. Oh no, wait, they gave you a C. Never mind. Okay, I thought I saw C minus. I must have saw the Brees Hall one. Okay, never mind.
I love
that makes
it.
more sense.
I love Carson Strong. Got an A here.
Yeah.
Makes me kind of want him even more now.
Carson Strong got an A. I had to draft Marcus Jones and took a B.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't even know who that is.
Letitia Smith, Brett Hawkins, Cameron Latu, and Noah Ellis. I like it. I like it a lot, man. Tim, this is pretty good. This is fun, man.
Good.
This is fun. We ran way over time as I get ready to take us off here. And let's see here. But Tim, I
you want to do
appreciate
one where we trade up? No, I was kidding.
Oh Lord, have mercy! I was like, oh God, that would be. Whew, Lord, that would be. I mean, God, it would be like drafting in 2016. It's like a drunk person was drafting for us. Oh, wait a minute, allegedly. But Tim, I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, hey, thank you, brother. And well, everybody should know you here, but tell them where they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me on YouTube, The Tim's Sports Talk. That's 4 separate words. The Tim Sports Talk. We will be live for the draft. Corey might stop through, maybe.
Yes.
Jairus cannot join us anymore, which is sad. He has work, and the draft is going to start too late for him. But we'll see who else stops on through, and we're going to have fun just talking some draft and getting ready for it, and who knows. But, yeah. We're going to have some fun.
Yeah, that's right. I always draft is not my forte. So I always like watching everybody else do their draft stuff. And then I just do my videos. I like run through it's the worst time of year for me because I'm constantly doing individual videos. And that's when my uploads kind of peak up there. So I gotta actually do my graphic, my standard graphic that I do every year for the draft. So
there you go.
We'll see how that goes. But yeah, Tim, y'all check him out. The Tim's Sports Talk, best play-by-play guy in the community here. And y'all check me out next week. We're gonna have a big draft special for Chain of Command. Got a couple of people confirming for us already. So y'all come out and we're going to talk about the off season. We're going to look forward to the draft, which will be draft eve there. So y'all come and stop by there. But for Tim over here, Sanchez 405, make sure y'all keep that same. What's up, Split? Make sure y'all keep that same damn energy, and we will outlast these bastards together. Just kind of like how Tim and I alluded to about our fandom of this team. But till next time, love, peace, and hail. Somebody, please get my theme music. Shout out, Paulie. We'll have some new ones soon. But we out. Tim, would you like to?
Till next time. See ya!